After 33 years of living in this beautiful home that we have lovingly restored, it was time for us to embark upon a tree change and downsize. And although we have loved living in Preston, the timing was right for the both of us to move on. After initially contacting two local agents, we managed to come across Joe, who was the third person that I spoke to. It was very evident, just from the phone call, that Joe was a brilliant communicator, and so we decided that we would engage Joe to sell our home.
When Deb and Dave came to us, we were just getting into the COVID-19 sort of pandemic, so it was starting to build up a little bit of momentum, unfortunately. So we sat down with Deb and Dave, and we know they wanted it sold, and obviously the price was important, as it always is. But we sat down with them and we sort of talked about what were the features of the home that they loved. So we took that into account, the streetscape, the location, and so we put it all together and we come up with a marketing plan that would be specific for that home. So what we really did was go really heavy on the digital marketing, which was very important, and also we had a virtual tour as part of the marketing plan, and also we included the panorama. We had 7 panorama shots, so again, another version of the virtual tour.
For anybody selling a family home, it can be an enormously daunting and stressful experience. For us, we were faced with the coronavirus, which just elevated the stress levels. Fortunately, we were in the capable hands of Joe, who was at the helm and, shall we say, steered the ship in very uncharted waters. To his credit, Joe was always composed, always calm, and was just an incredible communicator. Whenever we had any concerns, Joe would always listen. He would be very honest. He would analyse what we had to say, and then he'd sort of give his feedback or advice. Never ever forced his opinion. He would always say, "Oh, it's up to you guys," and he was just brilliant.
With the video, we wanted to do something different and obviously draw some attention to the home. We had Marcella. She was gorgeous, absolutely ball of energy, so we made her the star of the show, and it really worked, so it worked really well. From day one, we had some great interest in the home, but just before we started the marketing campaign, we went out to a database and we introduced the home to them, and we had some really good inquiries come through for that, even before it all started. So when we did put it on the internet, on all the portals, we had some great interest coming through, and the campaign went wonderfully well with some very, very good inspections on the home. We were contacted by an interstate couple living in Perth, WA, who'd seen a home with the interactive tools we used, the panorama, the virtual tour. They loved it. We communicated with them. We gave them all the extra information they needed. They eventually brought it. They actually brought it without physically walking through the home, and they love it. They're really happy, and we've got happy vendors and happy buyers.
We had a terrific result. Not only do we wish to thank Joe, but even his magnificent team, who were always engaging and helped us along the way. For anyone wanting to sell their home and are looking for a really great result, I would highly recommend Hocking Stewart Preston.